Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to explain why knowledge does not require omniscience. This is basically responding to the common argument from people who are skeptical of our ability to obtain knowledge, where they basically argue that because we are limited to a certain perspective, we are limited to our senses, that's our only way of perceiving reality, we're only limited to this specific perspective of perceiving reality, we cannot know true reality because we only see one specific perspective. Now, this is wrong. This is a wrong way of thinking about knowledge because it assumes that you need to know everything. You need to see every single perspective in order to gain knowledge. However, just because you don't know everything does not mean that you cannot know something. Because, for example, what your senses tell you is basically your sense organs interact with reality and feed that information to your mind about that interaction. And this is true knowledge. There is a fact that reality is acting in accordance with or is relating to your sense organs in this specific way. There is a actual way, and this is actual reality. This is a actual fact that your sense organs are interacting with reality in this way. So in that sense, you know something about reality. And then from there, you form concepts with multiple different percepts and basically the whole objectivist epistemology, the whole concept formation, use reason to deduce truth, or not deduce, induce, deduce, both of them. You have to use induction and deduction too. But so from there, once you have some true interaction between your sense organs and reality, you know something true. And from there, for multiple percepts, and along with the scientific method, along with reason, then you come to knowledge. And it doesn't matter that your senses are limited in their perspective, because what you're perceiving from your perspective is true. It's something that is real. It's a tangible aspect of reality. And even if you can't know everything, you know everything relevant to you, because everything that is relevant to you is something that you perceive, something that exists in your life. So maybe there's certain knowledge that we cannot know because we don't perceive it, but that's completely irrelevant. It has no impact on our life. It should have no impact on our concepts. We form concepts in order to help us. We form them based on our needs of survival. Now this is objective because we have objective needs of survival, but it's also something where you can't just throw in random arbitrary things that we don't perceive. Perception is the basis of everything regarding concepts. And basically when you perceive something, you know something. A common argument that I've heard before is the argument that if you're perceiving a cylinder, let's say there's a cylinder, right? You're perceiving it from one end. All you see is a circle. And the fact that you are perceiving that thing from that makes you assume that, oh, you're seeing a circle instead of a cylinder, which is what the reality is. So your senses are deceiving you in this sense. That's not true. They are not deceiving you at all. Because what you know about reality is that your sense organs interacted with light in this way in order to see a circle. That's what you know. Now what you can do is turn your head. This is essentially an analogy for doing science or finding new ways of perceiving the world, like creating microscopes, for example, to see microscopic things rather than the percepts that we get with our sense organs. That's basically that analogy, and from there you can reach things that you can reach a more accurate truth, but it never contradicts a former truth that you've discovered. Everything that you perceive is true. It's something real. No future knowledge can contradict that fact, because what it tells us is this is how our sense organs are interacting with reality. So from there, you can come to know more truths about reality by, for example, changing your perspective or using different methods of looking at reality in a sense. So you are not fundamentally limited by your perspective. This is what science is for. This is what creating microscopes and things like that are for, so that you can gain a different perspective. But it all stems from your initial sensory data. That's where everything stems from. That's where everything that you know about reality stems from, because these are true facts about reality, and it's your only real connection to reality. So every single bit of evidence that you receive is true. It's something that is real in reality, because it's telling you a real interaction between your sense organs and reality, regardless of if it's the full truth or not. You're perceiving something true. And then sometimes you need more percepts. You need reason, you need logic, you need concept formation to discover more things about reality and discover full context. Another example that people like to use is Newton's theories getting debunked by Einstein's theories. This isn't true. His theories did not. It just shows a lack of understanding of the actual science here, which even I, as a layperson, understand that the fact that Newton's laws are not debunked by Einstein's laws. Einstein's laws are an expansion upon Newton's laws. They don't disprove anything Newton ever said. Well, maybe Newton said something like not related to his science or inconsistent with his theory, but his actual theories are not debunked by Einstein, because essentially this was something that was perceived, interacted with his sense organs, and is true. Now, Einstein's stuff is also true, to the extent that people interpret it in a non-mystical way and actually adhere to what the science says. There's a lot of misinterpretation of quantum mechanics, but I think most of it is, or all of it is, consistent with reality, because it's based on reality. It has to be based on causation and based on the law of identity and all these things that we know have to be true. You can't contradict those things in science. A lot of people's interpretations of quantum mechanics do that, though, which are bad interpretations, essentially. But Einstein's physics did not contradict Newtonian physics, because Newtonian physics is true. It's verified to be true. And it's like it expanded upon it rather than contradicting it. You cannot contradict your senses. You cannot contradict something that you perceive by achieving more information. You can know a broader context, but you can never contradict what you perceive directly. This is a really, really important fact with regards to knowledge, and it really helps you clear up a lot of issues regarding skepticism. But yeah, I think that is all that I had to say for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.